Would that just stand down?
Flavours, because you've been drinking.
Fuck.
What? What have you just done?
I just battered my balls about between my legs.
Are you okay?
Aye.
Wait a minute. Hello!
Hello!
Welcome back to the IVF videos. This is video number 14, and as you can probably tell from my hair colour and time and whatnot, just things are different. It has been a long time since the last video, although I only uploaded the last video on Monday there, it was actually months ago. So in that video I recorded, it was on Monday the 6th, is when 6th of July, sorry, is when I recorded that video. It is now the 13th of September. So in my last video I said that on the 15th of June, it is the 15th of June, wasn't it? Or was it the 15th of July?
I've no idea.
It was July. So on the 15th we were going for the pregnancy test. We were going to go and we'll get bloods and they were going to tell us whether or not we were pregnant. And then I didn't record that. I was only ever going to record if something bad happened. Like if I was to miscarry or something was too terrible to happen, I would record it and let you know, obviously, touch wood. So yeah, it is now the 13th of September. We obviously have had a lot of time to deal with the information that we got, and the information that we got was that we are pregnant. So now that it is the 13th of September...
Why are you shitting yourself to tell
I'm
people?
just so scared. So it's the 13th of September today and I am 13 weeks pregnant now. So the reason we're making the video now is because I think it's different. I think it varies depending on where you're from.
Yeah.
But basically in the UK it's bad luck to tell anyone before 12 weeks.
You're tempting fate, so you're not allowed to publicly announce it, you're not allowed to buy baby clothes, baby furniture or any of those things. You've just sort of to continue for those 3 months as if absolutely nothing has happened, nothing has changed, and then once you're through the 3-month danger zone, then you can tell people.
Yeah.
Because if you do anything else, it's bad luck. You're tempting fate to, miscarriages and all that type of shit. So,
yeah. So the reason I'm not publishing this until 13 weeks is because I am very anxious. So yeah, basically your 13 weeks is the end of your 3rd trimester. So I'll now be going into my 2nd trimester just now.
The 1st trimester.
So the end of the 13 weeks is the...
I was going to say, that was fucking fast.
I know. So 13 weeks is the last week of your 1st trimester. And so I'm now going into my 2nd trimester just now, and so everything should be safer. The chances of miscarriage are way lower and stuff now, and they've had all the right scans, they've had all the right blood tests and stuff, and they've checked everything they can, and everything looks safe and happy and good. So that's why we're telling you guys now. As I say, if anything has happened between that last video till now that was worthy of me telling you something, like for example if we'd had to test on the 15th and we hadn't felt pregnant, I'd have made a video and told you, or if something terrible had happened between then, I would have made a video and told you. But because it was all good stuff and we're superstitious and we didn't want to jeopardise the good stuff, we didn't make a video. So I hope...
So we haven't filmed anything for the last 3 months.
Yeah.
So Sue's probably just going to make a video to catch you up on everything.
Well, that's what this is.
Is that what this is?
Basically.
I thought this was just the announcement.
Basically, but there's nothing else really to say.
No. Saw the baby dancing.
Yes, so you probably noticed as well, we had like suspense at the start of the video, but all these bloody scan photos behind us. So one thing, if you have a baby through IVF, if you fall pregnant through IVF, you are more than likely going to be on a red path pregnancy, because you had fertility problems to fall pregnant, so they take more care of you, so you're more likely to get more scans. So we have had, how many scans have we had? So many.
Yeah.
So many scans. So you can probably see behind us. So the one right in the middle is the one we had at 12 weeks. Apparently the baby's the size of a peach just now. And I am showing as well.
The big fucking peach.
I know. So, also to explain, the reason I haven't made a lot of baking videos recently as well is because everything makes me want to vomit. So, only recently, since I've been feeling a little bit better, we can record videos baking, but you'll find that a lot of the time I'm maybe just sitting on the counter or maybe not doing much because the smell of things makes me want to die. So there was a long time where I didn't film anything, and then obviously the only things I was uploading was my IVF stuff that I was recording at that time. So I actually haven't really recorded anything for a while. But in regards to IVF, we are no longer with the IVF clinic. We are now in the hands of the NHS. We're no longer private or anything, we're now just classed as a normal pregnancy. So that's good in itself. And the only IVF complication that we had is because so I think I mentioned previously that all women have one ovary that works better than the other one. Not better, but just works more efficiently than the other one. So my right ovary was bigger than my left, it produced more follicles, it produced more eggs, all that kind of stuff.
Is that like men have one ball bigger than the other?
I think that's more like a women have one boob bigger than the other, is the same as like a ball thing maybe.
Right.
It might be an ovary thing, I don't know, but...
Ovaries are lady balls though.
Not really.
Aye, they are.
I mean, but naturally women's ovaries aren't like always just one bigger than the other.
Nah, but they're still like lady balls. They produce the stuff that makes a baby, an egg. Same as balls.
I suppose so, if you want to think that
Oh,
way.
so I was right. Thank you.
I mean, it's a bit weird to think like that, but yeah, I guess that's fine.
I'm right though.
So the only complication I had was that basically because my ovaries were already massive because of all the hormones and stuff that you have to take, when I fell pregnant, like a natural person falling pregnant, this is where he switches off because like this is not how to do me anymore. But if a person who naturally fell pregnant did so, their ovaries would enlarge, and that helps to feed the baby and look after the baby and stuff until the placenta is made. Like sort of 3 months into sort of being pregnant, your placenta sort of forms and starts doing its job. Previous to that, it's your ovaries, so your ovaries get bigger. In my case, my ovaries were already massive, and then they got bigger again because I fell pregnant, especially in my right ovary, to the point where one night I actually did a live stream and I was opening boxes, and straight after it I went upstairs, I got my pyjamas on, I came downstairs, and then I had to go into him and say there's something not right. I had searing pain in my right side and we had to go to the hospital, and we thought we were miscarrying, and it was terrible, wasn't it?
It was not a fun day, no.
It was literally the worst pain I'd ever been in, and I was literally screaming.
Yeah, it was I've got a little bit of PTSD from it, if I'm being honest. I know it was fucked. It was really fucked.
I don't want to downplay how painful it was, and apparently the pain I was in was just because the ovary was so big. They think there might have been bleeding in the follicles, and then that's caused all the pain. But 2 days later, the pain subsided. Not the full amount of pain. The full pain subsided within like 2.5 hours after I got some good morphine as well. They gave me oral morphine, and then about was it 2 hours, 2.5 hours later, something like that, I was absolutely fine.
But it was they knew that you were pregnant and they gave you like the correct dose.
Yeah, they didn't like. They knew everything was, but they knew what they were doing. I was like, aye. So the hospital knew what they were doing, but so the pain went away, and then I had some pain after that, like just ache pain. Then after that went away, so I no longer have that, and my scan on the 11th there, they said the ovaries were going down. They're still big, but they're going down. They're like nowhere near as big as they were. So that is the only IVF complication that I had that is worth speaking about. Literally nothing else was different from any other person that was pregnant. I don't think, is it?
I don't know.
No, basically just pains in here because the ovaries are still massive and they're still doing their thing. But now that I'm 13 weeks, I don't have a lot of pain in my ovaries and stuff. It is mostly just the front now for the womb stretching and doing what it's doing. So yeah, as I previously stated in the other videos as well, I won't be making pregnancy videos because there's hundreds of them. YouTube is chock full of people who talk about their pregnancy. I might do some stuff, but it has to be relevant to me, so I might unbox like the NHS baby box that you get and stuff to show you what's in that. But yeah, I think this will be the last video from us. So yes, we are pregnant. We don't know the gender, we don't plan on knowing the gender, and what else? Do we have anything else to say?
We got all the tests done, and everything looks like it's going to be 10 fingers, 10 toes.
Talking about the harmony test?
Aye, that's the one.
So that is probably something else I should note. Because we went through a private IVF clinic, we got offered private testing, which was a separate additional cost, but it's more accurate than the stuff you get through the NHS. So with the NHS, you would get a scan and they would measure some stuff and go, there might be a chance, there might not. Then they would take some bloods. So they're testing the baby's chromosomes and stuff to make sure it's not Down syndrome or it's got Edwards disease, and there's another one that I can't remember. So they test all that. So they basically check the length of the neck and the nose and all that kind of stuff in a scan. Then they would do bloods, and then if the bloods came back saying, look, yeah, there's still a fairly large chance, then they would do that. It's got a name for it, but I don't know the name, I'm really sorry, but it's basically a needle through into the embryonic sac and they take some fluid, they test the fluid. What we did was called a harmony test, and they basically test for everything, the exact same stuff, but they can also test for more. They can test for things that are like hormone deficiencies that could maybe even kick in puberty and all that kind of stuff. So they do test for quite a lot of different things. They also test the blood for the gender as well, which means you can get the gender at like week 11, whereas most people need to wait obviously much later. We opted for the harmony test because the harmony test is like 99.9% accurate for Down syndrome, whereas the NHS one was at 89.2 or something like that.
We paid extra for a better one that tests for more stuff.
Yeah.
And turns out that your blood gets sent all the way to California. They take blood for you, they send it all the way to California, and they say that, you know, if there's nothing wrong and everything's peachy clean, then we'll just send you an email. If it's not, we'll phone you. And so every time the phone rang, we were shitting ourselves a bit. But then we got an email from them, so we were like, all right, cool. And apparently, in all the things that it tests for, it's less than 1 in 10,000 chance. Mm-hmm. So that's good. Those are good odds.
Yeah.
So that's good stuff.
Yeah, so that's what we did. Not that there's anything wrong with the NHS one, it's just that we went so far, like we spent so much money in regards to like surgeries. Like I've had to have 2 surgeries for this as well, and then we've had to pay obviously for all the IVF. We paid for like the embryo going and stuff, and then just paid for like aftercare and all that, paying for scans, and then obviously it just made sense to just pay that extra rather than having to go through the mental gymnastics and the stress of being like, okay, we'll go to this NHS thing, then we'll go to another one, then we'll go to another one. We just get the answer a lot faster at week 11. You get the answer straight away. Well, it was like 5 days, rather than having to wait till week 12, week 13 to get all these different tests from the NHS. So it made sense to us, but I can appreciate why a lot of people wouldn't do it because it was quite expensive, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But it made sense to us because we'd already done that. Like we've not everyone is in the situation like us where we've saved for this and we've been trying for this for like 5 years.
Yeah.
So this means everything to us, so that's why we just threw everything at it that we could, because it's all we wanted. So I can appreciate that if it's maybe your second kid or it's your first one, but you're easy Ozy and everything's super chill, then just go with the NHS. Like everyone's different, but we are absolute stress balls, so we had to know everything as soon as fast as.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We like to be prepared, like to know everything, but everything seems to be going very well so far.
Yes. So we had a scan on the 11th and it's the first time we've seen our baby move.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it. I actually shit myself.
Because we obviously we've had hundreds of scans, hundreds of them, and every time we scan, it's just as wee bean, it's just pure chilling, just in a wee hammock of like room, just chilling there. And then this one time, it was facing the other direction, and it was dancing about.
And the woman, the nurse like scanned it and went like that. Oh, and there you are there, and like the wee thing's just sitting there, and then just out of nowhere it starts like fucking kicking and throwing itself around and everything.
Just pure bouncing around.
And we were just like, what the fuck? Like, what was it? What was it? I did. I went like, whoa, whoa, like that, and the nurse was laughing at me.
Me and you at the same time went,
myself.
oh, what's that? What's the day?
I know, it's fucking having a dance, but apparently it's because see the jelly that they put on your belly so that they can scan. Apparently the jelly's cold, and when they push right in, it makes the cold hit the baby, and the baby tries to get away from it.
That's what your sister said, wasn't it?
Well, I believe that. I'm not a scientist. I just believe what I'm told.
I say my eyes were there. But then remember we were there, and I says to the woman, is that because we're poking it? Because she had to weigh really hard because she told me my bladder was empty, so it wasn't a great scan, so she had to push really hard to like get a scan of the baby, and it was quite painful to me. So I says to her, is that because we're like pushing at the baby, it's pure bouncing around? And she was like, no, we're nowhere near the baby. And I was like, oh right, okay. I don't know things. So maybe it is the cold, or maybe it was just having a wee dance, but it was really nice. It felt more real as in, because it was obviously a 12-week scan, which means that it's safe and we can tell people now and stuff, and we've seen it move, we've seen it dancing around and stuff, and it's nice to see. You look like you're having more flashbacks. Are you alright?
Alright.
Right. It's nice to see the baby move around, because it just means it's real. Obviously we knew it was real anyway, but it makes it more real, because it's like a baby in there just jump about.
Aye, having a dance.
So yeah, this is our pregnancy announcement video. It's IVF number 14, and it's probably going to be the last one. So thank you so much if you've watched all of these IVF videos, if they've helped you, or if you've just watched them to see what's going on. Like, I appreciate you coming and asking questions, and all the constant support we always got. All the comments were just always so lovely. I liked all the comments of people that were like, I'm an IVF baby and I'm good. And I'm like, that's nice. It's nice when you see all these people who are like, I was an IVF baby.
There you go.
So I get hundreds of people tell me that they were IVF babies, hundreds of people tell me that they are doing IVF for years and stuff like that, and it's always worked for them. Or the constant support, messaging, everything like that is meant a lot to us, especially me, and I appreciate you very much. So thank you. And
It better be a boy.
I think it's a girl.
It better be a boy.
It'll be fine. Whatever you get, and you'll fucking like it.
I don't need to like it though, dear. I'm only joking. I'll be happy either way.
We also have two embryos.
But what boy?
We also have two embryos still in the freezer, so we've still got the B and the C in the freezer, and they'll stay there until we use them. And if we don't ever want to use them, then they'll be destroyed, but we need to pay for that too. But we need to pay for the freezing of them, but we do plan on using them.
Yeah.
If we can in the future. So they're just chilling in their wee freezers in the clinic, and you pay rent for them. But yeah, so we've still got options and stuff in the future as well if we want to expand our family, if we can. But we're very blessed that we've got to this point. Aren't we?
Yes.
These videos are too sloppy for Marcus. He doesn't know how to act. He keeps saying really offensive things, and he thinks I'm going to keep it in. I'm not.
But you will though.
No, I won't.
Yeah, you will.
I can't keep half the stuff in that you've said. Okay, so thank you so much again, and yeah, we'll see you later.
Bye.
Goodbye.